welcome back to our channel. Diamond-Sapphire and I are out for a walk. I didn't take her on her stroller this morning. I'm here straining my back with her. Say hi. Say hello. Say I'm doing my favorite thing, walking on the road. Tell them I love to go for walks. That's your favorite thing, right? Along with listening to music. Hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hello. Yes. Say hello. Hello. Yes. So we're walking. It stopped for a while. Oh Lord. I'm here walking and reflecting and thinking about back home and what it's like living in a foreign country. And everything, there are pros and cons. So of course there are pros for living here. There are also consequences, because like right now I feel like I want to go back to work. I feel ready to go back to work. Love being with my baby, love taking care of her, but I just feel like I need to go back for more reasons than one. Right, Diamond? We're in a new country. We need to find a home, a place to call our own, right? So that Princess can have her own room. Yes, because you're getting big and I want you to be able to have your own little pretty room, princess room, right? Oh, your hat fell. Let's get it. Ooh. Yeah. So, like I was saying, everything has consequences. So while we're grateful, I'd never be ungrateful to God, because we went through a lot to be able to call here home. So I won't be ungrateful to God for allowing that to come through. But at the same time, sometimes when I reflect on life, I'm like, did we really make the right decisions? I mean, for my children, if they are wise enough and make use of the opportunity, for them, it might work out fine. But like at my age, I'm still wondering if it was the right decision. But it was never about me. It was never about us, like my husband and myself. When we made a decision that we would make the transition here, it was about our kids and wanting to find opportunity. I mean, there are opportunities anywhere you go, but based on our research and everything, we realized that there were opportunities here for the kids. So we decided that we'd take the transition. But sometimes when we face certain situations here, like we're wondering if we really made the right decision. And I mean, after COVID, things changed. So like the housing market is crazy. So like in 2019, 2020, although we didn't have our permanent residence yet, we were actually shopping around to buy a house. We were shopping, we were looking in the market. Well, I wasn't down here, but my spouse and my sons, they went to view several homes, because we were really considering buying. And we got close to buying two. One, the mortgage was approved, and then the seller decided to give it to someone else. My heart was broken. But then I said, you know what, God is in control. Then there was another one. The seller decided that he was going to sell us, and then the insurer wasn't willing to insure that house because of some issues with the corporation and all kind of things. That one, I was devastated. It was the other day, I was listening this sermon at my church, and the pastor was talking about walking behind your casket. And when he started preaching, I was at home, I didn't go to church. I started bawling, because you know me, I'm a cry baby. And I bawled and I bawled and I bawled. And I'm getting glowy eye right now, because I realized I was walking behind that casket, because I kept asking God, how could you take me that close to owning a home? and then it just fell through because we had made a down payment. We did everything. We were like looking forward to closing, and the lenders were okay. They were going to lend us the money, but the insurers, none of them were willing to insure because of some issues with the corporation. And the funny thing is that I live close to where that house is, so every time I passed it, I'd be like, oh my god, that house almost became, I even talk about it as mine. Like when I'm talking to my friends, I would say, over by my house, and I'm like, but after I listened to that sermon, I decided to stop walking behind that casket because it just wasn't meant to be mine. And I think with the faith that I have, I need to know when God closed doors, He's going to open others and better doors too. So right now, because I want to start looking back in the housing market, I feel ready. I feel like I need to get back to work so that my husband and I can come together and purchase a home to call our own. I mean, we're well up in age. If we were back home, because we start, let me not get into that. But if we were back home, we would have had our home already. We would have had our home, a place to call our own already. And that is one of my biggest stressors right now. Every day I keep encouraging myself and telling myself not to get stressed about it because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It just takes time. It's just like when I came and with the whole immigration thing, I almost gave up. No, not almost gave up. It was so stressing, but I never gave up. That's what I should say. I never gave up. I kept speaking into it. I kept faith. And God came through. And even with my baby in front of me, He blessed me with her. And He's taking care of us. Everything is fine. We are able to afford everything that we need. We're able to afford everything that we need, and I must give God thanks. But I want to have a home. I like where I'm living. I'm not comfortable, but when I moved there, I told myself that, like I told my kids, I told them that we're going to be there for at least 2 years, and then right within the 2 years, we started looking to buy. That didn't work out. I didn't grow up moving from place to place. I grew up in one little place. And then it was when I got to teenage years, I moved to another place. And then from there, I went to college. And from college to Duane. And from Duane to here. So I'm not used to moving. The first time I moved was actually here, where I had to move furniture and everything. And I was doing it basically by myself, and I bawled. I didn't like the feeling of it. I had to be packing up things and moving things, and I cried. So I don't like to move. So I don't want to be moving out of this rental place to go rent another place. I'm trusting God to help us to move into our own place. And I know it's going to happen. So if I were to talk about like the consequences of moving from Jamaica, they would be very limited, and that would be the biggest one. Like finding a place, a proper place to live. It has become so expensive here. The housing market is crazy. Interest rates are high. I didn't imagine it would have been like this. So, and like I said, when I just came, like up to 2020, we were able to look into the housing market, but then things just changed with COVID. But we're not giving up. We're not giving up. We're going to hold on to the faith that we have, and that same faith that brought us this far. I know God is going to come through for us. But other than that, it's a great country. It's a great country. Like I said, I have peace of mind. I don't really worry. Things happen around us, but I don't necessarily worry about like the crime and violence that might be happening because I'm not in that vicinity or that area where it's happening. I mean, where education is concerned, it's the best thing for my kids. When I see like September come and I don't have to go fork out how much thousands of dollars to pay a school fee and to buy books or whatever, was the best thing. That's the best thing for my children. I take Diamond to the doctor and I don't have to pay a cent because the medical is covered. Like those things, I'll give the country credit for those. I mean, amidst everything, although things might not be what we want it to be, we can afford to buy good food. We can afford to eat basically anything that we want to eat. Transportation is expensive because like the insurance, it's so much, especially if you're a new driver here. So that's one of the reasons why I don't really go out of the way to have a vehicle. I'm not going anywhere. It would not make sense to buy a vehicle to park up just to say I own a vehicle. You have to be wise. So like, and the truth, I've not even got my license here. I started the process and then COVID came and I stopped. So I need to get that. But like, it's a beautiful place if you can handle the weather. And like I always tell people, I don't just tell people about the cold. I talk about like the beautiful summers. Like summers here are so warm. It's okay, we're gonna go now. You ready to go and sleep? Are you sleepy? You don't want to see your sleepy face? Okay, let's go. You want to go and sleep, or you want me to walk? I was enjoying the cool shade, that's why I didn't move. Okay. Yes, so like I said, and I always tell my husband, yes, we pay a lot of taxes for when we work, but because I can see where it's being invested, where the government is using it to take care of infrastructure, the road and all that, I don't even complain, because you can see where it's being used positively in a proper way. It's not like you have to be wondering what are they doing with the tax money. So I would say that I don't have any regrets moving from Jamaica to Canada. The only thing is that I wish the housing market was different so that we could have a suitable place, a place to call home. And those two deals fell through, we would have had our home already. It's just that didn't happen. And God knows why. God knows why. And you know, it is something that has been happening with us since we're in Jamaica. Because when we were in Jamaica, we tried to buy land, it fell through. We tried to buy a house, it didn't come through. We paid on a piece of land in Jamaica since Daniel was 2 and Daniel is 20 now, and we still have not gained access or ownership to that piece of land up to this day. And I keep telling myself, I don't want to be negative or anything, but sometimes when I listen like some of the real spiritual preachers and they're talking about like deliverance, and so I'm wondering if we need a deliverance, because I'm like, why haven't we ever been able to buy a piece of land or a house? Every time we try, it falls through. I need to go on a fasting for this, because we have to own our home in Canada. In the name of Jesus, it's not going to follow us. I need to go on a fasting for this. This is not like, I'm just reflecting, and this is not right. This just doesn't feel right at all. But like I said, you'll see the journey, because I'm speaking it into being. We will own our home in Canada, wherever it is that God is going to take us. Because even that too, we were contemplating moving to another province. And the only reason why we're not gone, as yet, like Mark and myself, is because of our 2 older children. Because we were compromising, because they didn't really want to go on. We had moved them already from Jamaica to here, and we didn't want to really, and the transition wasn't very comfortable for them for more reasons than one. So we didn't really want to throw that on them again. But we're going to continue praying and trusting God. And if it is that He wants us to move to another province and He makes the way, then we'll have to just move to another province. That's how I see it. But I know that we need a place to call our home. We need a home. We need little Diamond to have enough space to run up and down and enjoy life, and the backyard to go out and play. And yeah, we want her to have the best life. And God knows why He blessed her. That was one of the things. Like I told Mark, I was happy that I got her, but I was disappointed that we had not gotten the house that we were trying to purchase at the time, because it would have been perfect, because it was a 4-bedroom, so her room would have been there. And that was, at that time, like I said, we were actually trying, so we had that her in mind, and we were looking for something that she would have had her own room. So I keep telling myself, God, that was the part. Like I felt, it's not, I wouldn't say ashamed, but I was disappointed that we had her at this stage of our life and was not able to provide for her. I mean, we are providing everything that she needs, and she has her comfortable space in our room. But I wanted her to have her own little space, her own little princess room. Not true, Diamond? You deserve it. Right, Mommy? But God is going to come through, and eventually we will. Yeah, so that was just my little reflection. I just felt like talking while I was walking, and that's what came to mind. I don't know if because I was talking to a friend yesterday about housing and all of that, why it was so fresh on my mind. It was just lingered on my mind, and I felt like I wanted to talk. So thanks for listening in. And I think one of the things too is that sometimes we make decisions with little information. We don't have enough information. And like for me, I don't even know if I should say, I'm not really secretive, but maybe I didn't go to the right persons and all of that, why it didn't come through. But I have faith that it's going to work out one day. God is going to allow everything to work out. The itsy spot. Yeah, but you can just say a prayer for us and keep the faith with us when you're praying. Ask the Lord, say, Lord, bless Diamond-Sapphire and their family with a house to call their own, a comfortable place to call their own. The other day, that one was for sale, and one of my church sisters who I share apartment with, who I share living space with, she was like, she took off the number and gave it to my husband, and she was telling me, yes man, that house is on sale. I was laughing. I said, pity she doesn't even know that, like, with him alone working right now, would not be able to look into buying. But especially for that reason, I definitely need to get back into the working world. I need to find me a job. Yeah, but I'm okay. We're okay. We're making ourselves comfortable in our little space that we're at. Right, Diamond? Right? And tell mommy, don't stress yourself, mommy. God is going to work out everything. And I am comfortable. I'm fine. I love being close to you and daddy. Right? So thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by, and remember to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Touch the notification button so that you can be notified when we post. Bye until next time. God loves you. Bye. Jesus loves you. We're going home now, right? Mommy wants to sleep. Are you going to eat and sleep now?